You sent her away. The part of you that felt too much, needed too much, was too sensitive. You believed exile would keep you safe, so you locked the door and threw away the key. You became fluent in "I'm fine," expert in changing the subject, master of the polite smile that never quite reached your eyes. You perfected the art of disappearing behind the act. You mistook numbness for peace, believed that feeling nothing meant you were safe, but safety without feeling is just isolation wearing a mask of control. You normalized the ache of absence, believed this was just how you were wired, that wholeness was optional, that your true self was too fragile to reintegrate. You equated vulnerability with danger, believed that being open meant you would shatter. So you armored up, even when you were alone, even when your heart was yearning, to be whole again. But what if exile wasn't protection? What if it was the wound? A whisper from the part of you that knew something was wrong and was trying to get your attention. You fear what happens if you invite her back. If you open the door, will she overwhelm you? Will you be consumed? That underneath, bringing her back means you were never strong enough to contain her? You've worn the label of together like a badge, not realizing it was also a wall that kept you from accessing the part of you that knows feeling. You've learned that being emotional meant being unstable. So, you suppressed, you minimized your need for expression, you buried the feelings so deep, you forgot they were yours to feel and honor. The truth is, the suppression itself is the exhaustion. The performing, the numbing, the constant management of how you appear, it's what's draining you. You've been told to hold it together, to keep it together. But what if holding it together is what's keeping you from being truly integrated? You've spent so long being the character everyone wanted. You've almost forgotten what it feels like to just be, to exist without a script, without needing to manage the version of you that was. What if bringing her back isn't danger? What if it's the bravest act of self-respect you can offer? What if it's the first step towards real integration? You are not too much. You are not broken. You are human. And being human means having emotions, having sensitivity, having a right to exist without needing to exile parts of yourself. Real strength, real presence, isn't built on your performance of control. It's built on your ability to hold space for all of you, exactly as you are, messy, complex, and whole. Healing is not about erasing the past. It's about integrating it, making peace with the part of you who learned to exile, and giving her permission to return home now. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be uncertain. You are allowed to take up space without apology. You are allowed to be whole. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world taught you that parts of you were unacceptable. It's about coming home to yourself. You don't have to exile her anymore. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to be perfect. You can start right where you are, honoring the part of you that's been waiting at the door. Start listening again, to your body, to your boundaries, to that small voice that whispers, "This doesn't feel right." It's time to stop normalizing what harms you and start honoring what makes you feel fully alive. You are worthy of love exactly as you are, not for the act you put on, but for the beating heart beneath it. Not for your performance, but for your presence. Healing is not about erasing the past. It's about rewriting the story, not to forget the pain of exile, but to understand its role and reclaim your power to integrate. The fragmentation you carried was never yours alone to bear. It was a natural response to a world that didn't understand. And now, it's time to lay it down. You are not broken. You are human. You are complex. You are worthy of love, support, and gentle healing, exactly as you are. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. Sometimes the deepest wounds are the quietest. For a gentle guide to help you identify, understand, and begin to heal these hidden parts of yourself, explore the link in the description.